Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the previous video class we have seen about the electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole, and also we have seen along with what beta USP अपने वहाँ पर discuss किए. So that is the last class as per Curie point of view from ethers. But today I want to discuss some more properties of ether which are only important for objective point of view. So this is the last class from the ethers topic, and today's topic only for objective point of view. Okay na beta? Chal. So in that type 1 reactions involving due to cleavage of CO bond or due to breaking of CO bond, what are the objective properties we have to be studied here? In that number 1 is Giesel method, or we can say Giesel method as a Vishnana. So what is the use of this Giesel method or Giesel method? It is used to estimate to determine the number of alkoxy groups in the respective given ether. So to estimate the number of alkoxy groups, we have to take the help of silver iodide precipitate. Nothing but in this method, finally silver iodide precipitate will be formed. For that precipitate, you have to be calculate the weight. So from the weight of silver iodide precipitate, you have to be estimate the number of alkoxy groups. For suppose number of moles of AgI equals to number of moles of alkoxy groups. In that manner, from the weight of silver iodide PPT, we can estimate the number of alkoxy groups in the respective ether beta. Okay, check reaction. So here I am going to consider one ether ROR. It upon reaction with excess of HI after the loss of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen in the form of water molecule, you are going to get that 2 moles of alkyl iodide. Now such 2 moles of alkyl iodide undergo reaction with silver nitrate solution. Now 2 moles of Ag plus combines with 2 moles of I minus, and it going to be formed silver iodide precipitate. So such silver iodide TPT yellow precipitate, इसका weight find out करना पड़ेगा. From the weight of such AgI PPT, we have to be estimate the alkoxy group beta, and remaining is nothing but 2 moles of R group and 2 moles of NO3 that we have to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. Okay na beta? Chal. Next go to second property. Okay na, due to cleavage of CO bond, all they are important for objective point of view only. So second one I am going to discuss that hydrolysis of esters. Hydrolysis of ethers. Hydrolysis of ethers. Yeah. So ether formula is nothing but ROR. Directly I am going to consider example C2H5O against C2H5. Nothing but what beta? Diethyl ether. Okay. It upon hydrolysis, nothing but addition of water will be takes place. For the purpose of hydrolysis, we have to be take the help of dilute sulfuric acid, and by using suitable temperature and by using suitable pressure only. Because of under specific conditions only, ether will show the chemical properties. Beta, you know very good. So C2H5O from water molecule is going to be take H plus, and remaining OH attacks upon ethyl. So at atom you are going to get that how many moles of alcoholic group nana? 2 moles of alcoholic group. This is nothing but ethyl alcohol, or we can say ethanol. So ethers upon reaction with dilute H2SO4, they are going to form the product is what beta? Alcohol. So diethyl ether gives ethyl alcohol, dimethyl ether gives methyl alcohol. Like that we can prepare the alcohols from the ethers upon hydrolysis with dilute sulfuric acid. So from this method here I want to ask you one question beta, try to see the answer. Okay, here first of all I am going to be consider one of the myth, okay now benzene ring, and you suppose it connected to oxygen, and you suppose it connected to methyl group. So what is the name of this compound? Methyl phenyl ether, and also we can say that anisole. Okay, first suppose now anisole undergo hydrolysis. Nothing but reaction takes place with what beta? Dilute sulfuric acid. But upon the arrow mark I am going to give you some conditions. D plus, nothing but deuterium ion, and followed by hydrolysis. What about above reaction? H2SO4 will give H plus and followed by hydrolysis. And here this is D plus and followed by hydrolysis. So whatever that may be, first of all we have to be focused on bond cleavage. So bond breaking takes place between carbon to oxygen, not from benzene to oxygen, because the phenoxy ring is more stable due to resonance. So many times I have told you better. So here oxygen contain the charge negative and CH3 carbocation contain the charge positive. Simple carbocation, it proceeds a nucleophilic substitution reaction, that is SN2 reaction. Okay. So O minus goes to be attacked by D plus, deuterium ion attacks upon phenoxy ring. So what will be the expected product? Benzene bonded to O. O minus attacked by what beta? Is D plus. So we can say this is nothing but deuterophenol. And followed by CH3 contain charge plus, it goes to be attacked by minus, that is OH minus from water molecule. So CH3OH. Here also you are getting same alcoholic product beta. So one is nothing but deuterophenol and one more is nothing but methyl alcohol. This is question for you, try to remember. Where we have to attack the D plus, either upon phenoxy group or upon methoxy group. Methoxy के ऊपर attack नहीं कर सकते. Upon phenoxy contain the charge negative, it goes to be attacked by positive beta. समझ गए ना? Good. So next property I am going to discuss with you. Before that, one more question I want to ask you here. Same thing beta. First suppose I am going to be right here benzene molecule. Now you suppose it connected to O, again O connected to C, C connected to in bracket में CH3 taken thrice. Nothing but tertiary butyl phenyl ether. Tertiary butyl phenyl ether. It upon hydrolysis, but in presence of acidic medium. In presence of acidic medium, I want to add water molecule. Otherwise, I want to add a D2O molecule beta. Heavy water भी add कर सकते हैं ना, as you wish. So same thing, bond breaking takes place between carbon to oxygen. O contain the charge negative that goes to be attacked by H plus ion. So what will be the expected product here? Phenol. Nothing but benzene bonded to OH. Okay, na better. And remaining CCH3 taken thrice C, it contain the charge is positive, nothing but tertiary carbocation you are getting. So tertiary carbocation means which mechanism we have to be follow? SN1 mechanism beta. Now such tertiary carbocation attacked by negative, that is nothing but OD minus from the heavy water. Heavy water contain D plus and OD minus na beta. So OD minus attacks upon tertiary carbocation. So what is the another product? C in bracket में CH3 taken thrice, C contain charge plus, attacked by OD minus from the heavy water. So deutero tertiary butoxide and one more is nothing but phenol. In that way we can get the hydrolysis of ethers. Ethers upon hydrolysis gives the respective what product beta? Alcoholic products. Okay. Next go for third one. Action of concentrated H2SO4. How does ethers shows reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid? This is what beta dilute sulfuric acid. Ethers upon dilute sulfuric acid gives alcohols because of here the procedure is hydrolysis. So यहाँ पर क्या करना? Concentrated means dehydration. You know very well. So can I show the reaction now? Okay beta. Diethyl ether formula C2H5O. Again O bonded to C2H5. What is the name of this compound? Diethyl ether. Such diethyl ether undergo heating with what beta? Concentrated sulfuric acid. Upon reaction with concentrated H2SO4. So now this one we can divide into two forms. One is H plus ion, one more is nothing but HSO4 minus. Yes or no beta? So H plus, first suppose bond going to be break here. C2H5O attacked by H, nothing but we can eliminate the alcohol C2H5OH. Remaining ethyl carbocation attacked by HSO4 minus. So the byproduct is nothing but ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Okay beta? Right. Now such ethyl alcohol again undergo reaction with nothing but dehydration with another mole of concentrated H2SO4. Again here also you are going to get the product is nothing but ethyl hydrogen sulfate. What will be the product beta? ethyl hydrogen sulfate. So one H plus combines with OH minus and that goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. Simply we can say that dehydration procedure. So step 1 reaction and step 2 reaction. So दो को भी mix करके here I want to write a net reaction यहाँ पर लिखना चाहता मैं. So ethyl alcohol they goes to be cancelled beta. Now remaining C2H5O, C2H5, nothing but diethyl ether. It upon reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. So we have to be consider here how many moles? 2 moles of sulfuric acid, 2 moles of concentrated sulfuric acid, and it going to be form the product ethyl hydrogen sulfate. So how many moles here we are going to get beta? 2 moles of ethyl hydrogen sulfate we are going to be get that, and the byproduct is water molecule. So final statement, how to say, what will be the statement here? So ethers on reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid forms the product is nothing but ethyl hydrogen sulfate, and also we can say that ethyl disulfate upon dehydration mechanism beta. Okay, chal. Next go for fourth reaction. I want to show you that is nothing but pure dehydration of ethers using alumina. Dehydration of ethers using what beta? Alumina. What is the formula of alumina? Al2O3. So how alumina is responsible for the removal of water molecule and what will be the final product? Okay, ether formula same thing. Best example, C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. So what is the name of this ether beta? Diethyl ether. It upon by passing over the alumina, by passing over the surface of alumina and by using a suitable temperature 360 degrees Celsius. Ethers by passing over the alumina and by followed by heating at 360 degrees Celsius, it going to lose the water molecule. How? C2H5, यहाँ से एक hydrogen remove कीजिए. Again one more hydrogen from another ethyl group, HHO, and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. After the loss of hydrogen, C2H5 becomes C2H4. So how many moles of C2H4 beta? 2 moles of C2H4. That is your compound. The compound name is called ethane. So now what we have to say? Ethers by passing over the alumina, ethers on heating with alumina at 373 Kelvin undergo dehydration and gives the product is nothing but alkenes, and we can say that ethane. चलो next property बेटा. Yes, next property किसके बारे में बोले तो addition of carbon monoxide. How does ethers undergo reaction with carbon monoxide? Okay, I am going to consider here one example beta. C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. What is the name of this compound? Diethyl ether. It upon addition with carbon monoxide, CO, means what beta? Carbon monoxide. So addition of carbon monoxide will be takes place in presence of the catalyst is nothing but BF3, boron trifluoride. Today's topic very important for objective point of view beta. Every property is important, so try to be focused. Okay, right. So diethyl ether upon reaction with carbon monoxide in presence of BF3, nothing but Lewis acid. But this reaction takes place by using a suitable temperature 423 Kelvin and by using suitable pressure 500 atmosphere. ये दो condition यहाँ पर apply करना पड़ेगा, and you are going to get the product is ester. What is the product beta? Ester. So ethers can be converted into ester by the addition of carbon monoxide in presence of BF3 beta. So how to form the ester? I am going to show the reaction. C2H5, nothing but ethyl group, we can write in the form of CH3CH2. No problem na beta? Ethyl, or we can say CH3CH2. So insertion of addition of carbon monoxide takes place, CO, and here another oxygen is there, COO. And after that, what is the alkyl group beta? C2H5 is the alkyl group. So what is the name of this compound? The side chain is nothing but ethyl, okay, C2H5. remaining 1, 2, 3 carbon. So this is nothing but propanoate, and we can say that common name is nothing but propionate. Ethyl propionate. This is the ester you are going to be get upon addition of carbon monoxide to the respective ether beta. So ethers upon addition with carbon monoxide in presence of BF3, they are going to form the product is nothing but ethyl propanoate, that is IUPAC name. Ethyl propionate, this is common name. Okay, now beta. So next in that cleavage, I am going to show you sixth property. That is nothing but reaction with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride. So directly I am going to show the reaction beta. Ether based example, same example I am going to be consider that C2H5O, C2H5, nothing but diethyl ether. It upon reaction with phosphorus pentachloride, nothing but PCl5. Upon heating only, not cooling condition beta. So diethyl ethers upon heating with phosphorus pentachloride, the product is alkyl chloride. How many alkyl groups are there? 2 alkyl groups. They are going to take 2 chlorine and the product is nothing but 2 moles of C2H5Cl. Nothing but we have to say that ethyl chloride is the final product. Okay, remaining 1 phosphorus, 1 oxygen, 3 Cl. That means we can eliminate in the form of POCl3, phosphonyl chloride. वो तो बहुत सारे रिएक्शन में बाई प्रोडक्ट जैसे लिखे बेटा तुमने. Okay, once again. So ethers on reaction with phosphorus pentachloride gives alkyl chlorides and the byproduct is nothing but POCl3, phosphonyl trichloride. Simply we can say phosphonyl chloride. Okay, na? Yes, in that CO cleavage another 2 reactions are there beta. Yes, next. Same thing. Now here I want to say that reaction with acetyl chloride. How does ethers shows reaction with acyl chloride and also we can say that acetyl chloride. Okay, best example for ether, C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. Nothing but we have to say that diethyl ether. Diethyl what beta? Ether. Okay, such a diethyl ether upon reaction with acetyl chloride, nothing but CH3 bonded to C double bond O bonded to Cl. And here it is the reaction going to be takes place in presence of Lewis acids, that is nothing but anhydrous ZnCl2 and also we can consider anhydrous AlCl3, that Lewis acid also we can consider here beta. Now bond breaking takes place between carbon to chlorine and here also bond breaking takes place between carbon to oxygen. Because of this is which type of reaction here? CO cleavage reaction beta. Good. So now what may be the products here? So products यहाँ पर लिखेंगे आप ना C2H5O minus attacked by acyl carbocation, nothing but C2H5 bonded to O and O carries are here is nothing but negative. Such a negative charge oxygen goes to be attacked by acyl carbocation, nothing but C double bond O bonded to CH3. Okay na beta? Right, and what may be the byproduct? Here ethyl carbocation is there and here Cl minus is there, that goes to be eliminated in the form of ethyl chloride. This is the byproduct here. Okay beta? Yes, the byproduct is nothing but here ethyl chloride. And what is the main product here beta? Yes, this is nothing but ethyl acetate, nothing but an example of ester here you are getting. Ethyl acetate. It is an example of ester. Good. So next another property I want to show you here. Reaction with acetic anhydride. How does ethers undergoing reaction with acetic anhydride, that I am going to show you beta. Again same thing. The best example of ether what we are going to be consider diethyl ether. The formula is nothing but C2H5O, C2H5. So diethyl ether. it upon reaction with acetic anhydride. So what is the formula of acetic anhydride beta? CH3 bond, C double bond O, taken twice. Again we have to be right outside oxygen. So this is the formula of Ac2O, or we can say acetic anhydride. Again same thing, reaction with acetyl chloride or reaction with water acetic anhydride, both are nothing but the acylation reactions. And acylation reactions always, okay, now here it going to be takes place in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. Now what may be the expected product? Listen carefully. CH3C double bond O, how many groups are there? 2 groups are there. Okay, I am going to be right here as it is. Outside one free oxygen is there, and in ether also another oxygen is there. So 2 oxygen atoms are there. And here in diethyl ether, how many ethyl groups are there beta? 2 ethyl groups are there. ये भी मैंने यहाँ पे as it is लिख दिया आपको. Okay. So what is the expected product here? Looking like ester form, but which ester? Ethyl acetate. So here at a time you are going to get that 2 moles of ethyl acetate. ये तुम्हारा product बेटा यहाँ पे. समझ गए? So these are the objective point of view properties of ethers due to cleavage of CO bond. Now I am going to discuss beta type 2 properties of ethers due to reactions due to ethereal oxygen. Reactions due to ethereal oxygen. So the oxygen which is present in ether, how it is responsible to show the various types of properties. So in that number 1, formation of etherates, and also we can say that formation of coordination complex. So how ethers are responsible for the formation of coordination complexes, or we can say such compounds are known as what beta? Etherates. Okay, directly I am going to show you an example. Same best example is nothing but diethyl ether, C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. Definitely here oxygen contains how many lone pairs beta? 2 lone pairs. So due to presence of 2 lone pairs, here we have to say that ethers, they have the capable of lone pair donating nature. Such tendency we have to say that they are nothing but the Lewis bases, nothing but lone pair donors. Now they can react with Lewis acids, that is nothing but like BF3, boron trifluoride. Again they can show reaction with AlCl3, aluminum trichloride, and very important for objective point of view, they can show reaction with Grignard reagent also. Because of that is also an example of what beta? Lewis acid. Okay, I am going to consider here one of the Lewis acid. First suppose BF3, boron trifluoride. So boron trifluoride, it is nothing but what beta? Okay, a Lewis acid, it is ready to accept the lone pair. So ethers, they have the capable of lone pair donating nature, and BF3 is nothing but lone pair what nana is a withdrawing tendency. So here donor to acceptor, we can donate a pair of lone pair of electrons, we can donate beta. So by the donation of lone pair of electrons between donor to acceptor, from donor to acceptor, there will be a formation of what beta? We can expect the formation of coordinate covalent bond. So what will be the final product here? C2H5 bonded to O. Again O, from below plane it was connected to another ethyl group. Actually here oxygen contains 2 lone pair, so one of the lone pair it goes to be remains as it is. But one more lone pair, it was donated to the Lewis acid. So by the donation of such Lewis acid, here we can form the coordinate covalent bond, and also we can say that dative bond, which was denoted by the symbol is nothing but arrow mark. So here the arrow mark indicates what beta? The formation of coordinate covalent bond between donor to acceptor. The acceptor is nothing but BF3. समझ गए? So this bond indicates which bond beta? Dative bond, and also we can say coordinate covalent bond. And this entire complex we have to be say that is nothing but etherate complex, or we can say coordination complex, which is formed by using ether as lone pair donating capacity. समझ गए बेटा? Yes, so ethers are nothing but the coordination complexes. They are formed by the ethers. In that case, ethers are nothing but the Lewis bases. They are undergoing reaction with Lewis acids. Like one is nothing but BF3, and also we can consider AlCl3, and also we can consider Grignard reagent. All they are responsible to form etherates with what beta? Ethers. Now here I am going to show you second reaction. So how does ethers they undergoing oxidation? Or we can say how does ethers they are responsible for the formation of peroxide formation. Okay, the reaction is same. Best example is nothing but C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to what beta? C2H5, oxygen carries here 2 lone pair of electrons. Diethyl ether, it upon oxidation with what beta? Atmospheric oxygen in presence of sunlight, and also we can denote here UV sun भी denote कर सकते हैं as you wish. So ethers upon oxidation by air, or we can say ethers upon oxidation by atmospheric oxygen in presence of sunlight. Here again same thing, coordinate covalent bond formation takes place, but that bond forming between oxygen to oxygen, that is nothing but we have to say that peroxide formation will be occur beta. So what is the reactant here? C2H5, it connected to what beta? Oxygen. It contained 2 lone pair, but one of the lone pair it was donated to the atmospheric free oxygen, which is in deficiency nature beta. Okay, by the donation of lone pair, here also we are forming one of the coordinate covalent bond with atmospheric free oxygen. Again another side, this oxygen connected to the group that is nothing but ethyl group. So O2O, this is nothing but peroxide bond formation, or we can say exact name is nothing but diethyl peroxide. Good. Next one I want to say that oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate, and also we can consider that one more oxidizing agent potassium permanganate, वो भी अपन यहाँ पर consider कर सकते हैं बेटा. Right. So how does ethers undergoing oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7? Yeah, again best example evergreen I am going to be consider that C2H5O, C2H5. What is the name of this compound beta? Diethyl ether. It upon oxidation. So here as per balancing we require 2 moles of free oxygen atoms. So addition of oxygen takes place by using the oxidizing agent acidified potassium dichromate and also potassium permanganate. Ethers upon oxidation, first of all they are going to form the intermediate form, that is nothing but acetaldehyde, or we can say they are going to form the intermediate is nothing but aldehyde. So in ethyl 2 carbons are there, that now first ethyl changes into acetaldehyde, another ethyl group also changes into what beta? Acetaldehyde, and after the elimination of water molecule will be takes place. If you want you can check here, everything will be balanced beta. Now such acetaldehyde again it undergo reaction with, that is nothing but another time now it undergo reaction with what oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate. Because of acetaldehyde is little bit unstable form, it easily again oxidizes in presence of K2Cr2O7 and changes into the carboxylic acid. So acetaldehyde upon oxidation it changes into acetic acid, nothing but you are getting the product is nothing but what beta? Carboxylic acid. So once again we can say the statement, diethyl ether upon oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate gives acetaldehyde, again followed by another time it undergoing what beta? Oxidation, again finally changes into carboxylic acids, that is nothing but acetic acid. And what is the intermediate here? Acetaldehyde beta. And the final product is nothing but acetic acid. In that manner, we can do the oxidation of what beta? Ethers. So ethers upon oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate, and what is the final expected product beta? Carboxylic acids. First suppose one is methyl group, one more is ethyl group. Then you will get that one is formic acid, one more is acetic acid. But here in this example, both the groups are ethyl, so we can say the product is nothing but acetic acid. Okay beta? Right. So in that second type of, okay now, ethyl oxygen category, we have to be discuss another reaction here. Property number 4, formation of oxonium salts. Formation of oxonium salts. Okay, let me consider one example. C2H5O, C2H5, nothing but diethyl ether. And you suppose, here I am saying formation of oxonium salts. Salts means they goes to be formed by the combination of an acid and base. But ethers are nothing but the Lewis bases. That means they can undergo reaction with acid. The acid is nothing but, for suppose I am going to be considered that HCl, HBr, H2SO4 as a wish. Any respective mineral acid try to be considered here better. So the HCl nature is nothing but cold and concentrated nature. And this reaction should be takes place at very low temperature. ज़्यादा temperature लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि तो reaction automatically चल जाएगा, because of ethers are lone pair donors and here HCl is nothing but acid. When acid combines with base, that definitely that going to form what beta? Leads to the formation of salt beta. Okay. So now what we can write? C2H5 bonded to O. Again here I am going to write that C2H5. But try to imagine clearly. In ether here oxygen contains how many lone pairs? 2 lone pairs. And one of the lone pair given to the H plus ion from the HCl. So now H plus attacks upon O by using one of the lone pair. Yes, I am going to be write like this. This is not coordinate covalent bond, just it is a normal bond formation, covalent bond formation. Okay beta. By the donation of a lone pair, definitely oxygen contain the charge is positive. But it contain another lone pair, no beta. So that lone pair goes to be remains as it is. Okay, now so we have to be write that upon oxygen. And remaining is nothing but Cl minus. So I am going to be write like this upon the diethyl oxonium ion. So what is the name of this final product? So how many ethyl groups are there? 2 ethyl groups are there. Diethyl. Oxygen contain the charge plus. So simply we can say this is nothing but oxonium. Diethyl oxonium. And outside the group is nothing but Cl minus. So we can say chloride. Diethyl oxonium chloride. HBr लिए समझो diethyl oxonium bromide. First suppose we are going to take H2SO4. H2SO4 means that contain, we can divide into H plus and HSO4 minus. That means diethyl oxonium hydrogen sulfate, that will be the byproduct here. Try to imagine better. Okay. Right. So once again another example. C2H5 bonded to O. Again O bonded to C2H5, diethyl ether. Here oxygen contains 2 lone pair. It upon reaction with sulfuric acid, not concentrated sulfuric acid, Nana. Of course concentrated, but it is in cold condition. So cold concentrated sulfuric acid and reaction taking place at very low temperature. So diethyl ether upon reaction with mineral acid, that is nothing but sulfuric acid at very low temperature, it leads to the formation of oxonium salt. The oxonium salt product name is nothing but C2H5 bonded to O. Again O bonded to C2H5. Oxygen donating its lone pair to the one of the hydrogen of sulfuric acid, and it's going to be form the oxonium ion. And remaining group, okay, now after the loss of H plus, remaining in H2SO4 is nothing but what beta? HSO4 minus. So what is the name of this compound? Diethyl oxonium. Diethyl oxonium. And outside the bracket, what is the species is there beta? HSO4 minus is there. So simply we can say that hydrogen sulfate. Diethyl oxonium hydrogen sulfate. And also we can say that bisulfate. So these are the 4 types of reactions which are included in the type 2 category, reactions due to ethereal oxygen. Ethereal oxygen. And last and final category, properties of ethers due to alkyl group. Reactions due to alkyl groups. Reactions due to alkyl groups. So in that, reaction number 1 is halogenation. Halogenation. So let me consider an example here. 2 cases are there, beta. First, suppose in that halogenation, I want to discuss about, okay, now here with 2 examples. One with chlorination in cold condition, and I mean in dark condition, and one more is nothing but chlorination in sunlight condition. Both the conditions are repeated in previous objective exam. Okay, na? So how does ethers undergoing chlorination in dark condition and one more in sunlight condition? So let me explain first of all. In dark condition के बारे में discuss करेंगे बेटा. Same best example, evergreen very example we are going to consider here. C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. The name of this reactant is nothing but diethyl ether. And you suppose it undergo reaction with chlorine in presence of sunlight. So almost here we required 10 moles of Cl2. How many moles of chlorine you required, beta? 10 moles of chlorine you required, because of in the respective ether. Total C2H5O, C2H5. Here how many hydrogen atoms are there? 10 hydrogen atoms are there. Such 10 H atoms combines with Cl minus and goes to be eliminated in the form of 10 moles of HCl. So this is the reaction goes to be takes place in presence of what, beta? Sunlight. That means all the hydrogens of such respective ether, they goes to be replaced by Cl. That reactions are possible only in case of sunlight. So C2H5, nothing but we have to say that C2Cl5. It connected to oxygen atom. Okay, very good. Again it connected to C2H5. Again all 5 hydrogens, they are also replaced by chlorine. So what is the final product formula? C2Cl5O, again C2Cl5. The compound name is called, very important beta, perchloro, okay now, perchloro diethyl ether. Perchloro diethyl ether. Because of in diethyl ether, all 10 hydrogens, they goes to be replaced by respective 10 chlorines in presence of sunlight. So diethyl ethers upon reaction with water, chlorine in presence of sunlight, they are going to form the product is nothing but perchloro diethyl ether. And what about in case of dark condition? Again same example I am going to be consider that CH3 bond CH2, again bonded to O, again bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to CH3. Ethyl we can write in the form of C2H5, and also we can consider in the form of CH3 CH2. No problem, na beta? Yes. So what is the name of this reactant? Diethyl ether. Yes, here ethereal oxygen adjacent carbon is alpha. Again we can say left side adjacent carbon is also alpha, and next carbon we have to be say that they are nothing but beta. Anyway, ethereal connected oxygens are alpha, but to show the variation we have to clearly indicate that one is alpha, one more is nothing but alpha prime. So with respect to such 2 alpha carbons, we have to be do chlorination with only 2 moles of chlorine. Because of this is the reaction, it going to be takes place in dark condition. इतना activation energy नहीं मिलेगा यहाँ पर. Okay, good. So from the first alpha carbon, I am going to remove one of the alpha hydrogen. Again from another alpha carbon, यहाँ से भी और एक alpha hydrogen remove कीजिए. Such 2 respective alpha hydrogens, they goes to be combined with Cl and goes to be eliminated in the form of HCl. And remaining यहाँ पर कितने क्लोरीन बचे बेटा? 2 क्लोरीन बचे. 1 chlorine attacks upon first alpha position, another chlorine attacks upon another alpha position. So the expected product is CH3 bond CH. 1 alpha hydrogen was removed in the form of HCl, and that position occupied by the Cl. Next it connected to O, again O connected to CH. CH के नीचे again क्या लिखना बेटा? Chlorination, again followed by it connected to CH3. So what is the name of this product here? This is again alpha, again this is alpha prime. So alpha comma alpha prime dichloro, and the group is nothing but left ethyl, right ethyl, so we can say diethyl, and the functional group is nothing but ether. So once again, final touch. Diethyl ether on chlorination in presence of sunlight, that gives perchlorodiethyl ether. Diethyl ether upon reaction with chlorine in presence of dark condition, it gives alpha gamma alpha prime dichloro diethyl ether. Means in dark condition, okay, only 2 chlorine substitution will be occur, but in case of sunlight condition, all the hydrogens, they goes to be replaced by respective 10 Cl atoms. Okay na beta? Good. So in that reactions due to alkyl category, the reaction number 2 is nothing but combustion reaction. Combustion, or we can say burning. Same beta, ethers are okay, highly inflammable in nature, so same like petroleum, is it also easily undergo combustion. Easily undergo combustion. Same like alkanes beta. So alkanes upon combustion, what will be the product? Definitely carbon changes into carbon dioxide, and H atom goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule, and along with exothermic nature beta. Yes or no? Yes. So diethyl ether formula is what? C2H5O, again bonded to C2H5. Heat upon combustion, nothing but heating with oxygen, or we can say burning in presence of oxygen. Carbons must be changes into the carbon dioxide, so यहाँ पर total carbons 4, they goes to be eliminated in the form of 4 moles of CO2. And total here 10 H atoms are there, and they goes to be eliminated in the form of 5 moles of water molecule. Along with that, here we have to be mention the condition plus Q, nothing but reaction is exothermic beta. Now we have to check the balancing of oxygen atoms. Yes, 4 to the 8 oxygens are there, and यहाँ पर 5 oxygens are there. 4 to the 8, 8 plus 5, 13 oxygens. But here already one of the oxygen, it was present in ether. Remaining required 12. So okay, we have to be read that 6 moles of O2. So diethyl ether upon oxidation or combustion with air or oxygen, it going to be formed, the product is CO2 gas along with the liberation of water molecule, and what beta? Heat energy goes to be released here. And last and final property in that reactions due to alkyl category. Reactions due to alkyl groups, in that third one is nothing but auto oxidation of ethers. Auto oxidation of ethers. Nothing but self oxidation of ethers by using atmospheric oxygen. Yes, I am going to show you one example. First of all, R bonded to O, again O bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to R. Ethynyl oxygen connected adjacent carbon is alpha. Is try to denote like that, alpha CH2. An example of ether. It undergo reaction with atmospheric oxygen, that is nothing but O2, not free oxygen, O2 beta. So ethers upon reaction with atmospheric air, and also we can say that atmospheric oxygen. And this reaction, you suppose it going to be takes place slowly. Okay, now free oxygen है तो fast चलेगा, O2 means somewhat slowly चलेगा बेटा. So ethers upon reaction with or ethers upon oxidation by atmospheric air, it going to be formed the product. The product is nothing but R bonded to O. Now O connected to here alpha carbon. Okay, I am going to be write that C. But here alpha carbon contain 2 hydrogen atoms are there. But I am going to be write that only one of the hydrogen atom. Sir, what about another hydrogen atom? So between such alpha hydrogen and between such alpha carbon, insertion of O2 will be takes place. Means CH bonded to O, again O, again this is connected to H nano. Means between alpha carbon and alpha hydrogen, we have to be write that O bond O. Nothing but insertion of O2 group will be takes place. Now CH2 connected to, we have to be write the respective group, that is nothing but R. So what is the name of this product beta? Hydroperoxide. Hydroperoxide. Because of peroxide के नीचे क्या है बेटा? H atom is there. So hydroperoxide compound. And also here we can expect the another product, that is nothing but RO. Here insertion of free oxygen will be takes place, okay, now into that ethereal form. So already it contains one oxygen. Now we are going to insert another oxygen, because of here they are undergoing auto oxidation or self oxidation. Now it connected to CH2 group and CH2 bonded to R. So what is the name of this product here? Left side one alkyl group is there, right side another alkyl group is there. Simply we can say that dialkyl ether. So what is the name of this product, beta? Dialkyl ether. Good. Next one is, so all these are the properties of ethers. Mainly how many types we have studied, beta? 3 types. Number 1 due to cleavage of CO bond, number 2 due to ethereal oxygen, and number 3 due to alkyl groups. And last and final topic, individual topic, beta, that is nothing but inclusion complex. What is mean by inclusion complex, or we can say inclusion compound? Try to remember inclusion complex, another name is called, we have to be say that guest complex. So how that guest complex going to be formed? Inclusion complex, okay, now they are going to be formed only by crown ethers. Yes, I am going to show the structure. Yeah, beta. So this is the structure of what, beta? Ethereal oxygen, I mean crown ether structure, beta. So in that crown ether, total how many atoms are there? 12 atoms will be there. If you want, you can consider like numbering 1, 2, 3 like that, beta. So total number of atoms are 15, and the structure is nothing but crown shape, and oxygen atoms are 5. So this is nothing but 15 crown, 5 ether structure. Now it upon reaction with very active metals, like we can consider sodium, and also you can consider potassium, and also you can consider sodium. Most active metals से reaction बनाना पड़ेगा, because of this are in deficiency, and crown ethers they are in efficiency. दो के बीच में again coordinate covalent bond. So the coordination complexes which are formed by the ethers, they are nothing but the etherates, and the coordination complexes which are formed by the crown ethers, they are nothing but the inclusion complexes. Okay, good. Here every oxygen contains 2,2 lone pairs. Okay, crown ethers upon reaction with most positive metal ions by using any one lithium, sodium or potassium, they are going to form the guest complex, or we can say inclusion complex. Okay, same crown ether formula I am going to be right here. Which crown, beta? 15 crown, 5 ether. And central atom is nothing but we have to be right now sodium, because of it undergoing reaction with positive metal ion is Na+. So initially they are having 2,2 lone pairs, but one lone pairs, okay, they are going to be donated to the central metal, that is nothing but positive ion. Like so, one lone pairs they are donating to the central metal, na beta. Remaining one lone pairs that goes to be remains as it is. Yes, this is your guest complex, and also we can see that inclusion complex. So for the formation of such inclusion or guest complex, in that reaction, crown ethers they are going to be act as host materials. So they are giving position for what? Na+ ion, and they are making a new complex. Such complexes are nothing but the inclusion complex, and we can see that guest complex. So all the crown ethers on reaction with positive metal ions, they are going to form the inclusion complexes, and we can say that guest complexes. So this is the story about the objective properties of what, beta? Ethers. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to discuss about the new chapter, that is nothing but aldehydes and ketones chapter. Okay.